Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Gardener's Journey Homestead. I'm Barbara. If you are brand new here, thank you so much for stopping by today. And if you are one of my followers that come all the time, I so appreciate you. So thank you for coming back. So today I'm doing something exciting in the kitchen. I am making a lemon pound cake, but the twist is it's going to be a vegan plant-based lemon pound cake. I figure you can scour the internet, you can go to Pinterest, you can put in YouTube and find plenty of amazing famous chefs doing lemon pound cake, but you may not find one that tastes good that's actually vegan, and that's what I'm doing today. So if you're interested in that and you want to see how I do it and how I pull it off, stay tuned. So I have all of my ingredients here. So I've been in the kitchen for the last 2 days cooking for a ministry event. And I thought I'd take you along for this part because I thought it was something, you know, pretty unique and interesting. So whenever I'm doing a lot of cooking, I try to have all of my ingredients out at one time instead of going back and forth, you know, getting a spoon, getting a thing there. So we'll see how good I am, okay? So the first thing we're gonna do that I always do is I always grease my pan first because I've been known to forget. And I have all my mix ready and I go to put it in the pan. I'm like, oh my goodness, I forgot to spray my pan. So I'm gonna spray this. I'm doing a bundt style pan. Okay. I always like this kind of spray that is a spray. Sorry, I got it in my throat. Spray and with flour, because when I was growing up, I used to always see my mom spray the pan and then she would put some flour in it and then just beat it to get the flour all around. That was before they had a product like this. So it brings back memories for me because I used to always see my mom doing that. But then also this is just so convenient. And this is a baking pan, a bundt pan from Williams and Sonoma. And the only reason I bring that out is because I have learned over time through experience in all aspects of my life, not just in the kitchen, that you get what you pay for. So I have a cheaper bundt pan that I have used most of my marriage, and I finally splurged and got this one, and it bakes so evenly, and it's bigger too, so the cake can be like really thick and stuff. Y'all, when you buy something, just buy the best quality that your dollars can afford. Don't go cheap. I learned that the hard way. Okay, so I have the recipe in front of me. I've already preheated the oven to 350 degrees. I've sprayed the bundt pan, and so now we're gonna mix together. I always do this part first. I start with the mixer first. It's telling me to start with the other part, but I don't do that. I do the mixer part first. Why? Because that's what I want to do. So I have my KitchenAid mixer. Let's see. My KitchenAid mixer. And listen, if you see any mess and stuff in my kitchen, this is the no judgment zone because I told y'all I've been in the kitchen for the last 2 days cooking. So this is a no judgment zone. Let's keep it that way. Okay, so in the send-up mixer, we're gonna beat together the butter, the sugar, and the lemon zest. So for butter, I'm using Earth Balance, which is a dairy-free, plant-based butter that does really, really well. And just so you know, I have made this recipe before, so I'm not like just trying it on the fly and hoping it tastes good. It's a crowd pleaser. So we're gonna put, let's see, how much did it say? Oh, one other thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that the recipe I'm using, I have actually 3 times the recipe. The recipe is for a loaf pan. You know, like when you go to Starbucks, they have those lemon loaves. It's for that size of a regular bread loaf pan. That ain't gonna feed anybody, okay? So I am actually 3 timing the recipe. I have done it double before, but I've never done it 3 times, but it's just simple math, right? So what I did was I went ahead and typed it up that way because what I don't like doing is trying to convert it all in my head in the moment because somebody will call, I'll get distracted, it'll be all screwed up. So if you're ever doubling a recipe and you know that's the way you make it all the time, then just go ahead and type it up the way it is in terms of the doubling or the tripling, and that way you have it. So for the butter, we're doing 1.5 cups of vegan butter. And I think 1 stick of this, y'all, I need my glasses. Yeah. A stick of this is a cup. So we actually need 3 of these. I had 2 out softening, so I had to grab another one from the refrigerator. It won't be soft, but it's gonna be okay. So you may not be vegan or plant-based, but you may have friends or relatives that are. And so it's good to be able to put something together if you need to, right? If you need to. So, but because this is the way that we normally eat, but I didn't grow up eating this way, so it was a big adjustment or a big deal. So we're gonna put that in there. And then it says sugar. We need, how much sugar? 3 cups of sugar. I'm gonna use cane sugar. That's the one thing that I didn't grab, so. 3 cups of sugar. I hope that this is, woo! My goodness. It's like right at it. 3 cups. I'm like at 2.5. Let me see if I have some more in the house. I had to go out to the root cellar and get more sugar. So we're gonna pour that in there. And then the last thing we need is lemon zest. So I have my microplane. Definitely an essential kitchen tool. So that's what we're gonna use to zest the lemons. And it looks like we need 3 tablespoons. To me, it's hard to measure when you're zesting lemon zest. So I just always eyeball it. That's what I do. So take the cover off. Let me know if there's a way that you guys measure it when you do it. So I just do it over the thing. And I just eyeball whatever I see on top. So you can kind of see that there. I just eyeball it and keep going and just move it all around the lemon. Usually I can get a tablespoon off of 1 lemon. But let me know if you guys have a better way, different way of doing it. Let you. Like I just jump. Oh, I always mess this up with my KitchenAid about getting this thing on the right way to where it locks. I need to find my manual because I don't think I ever figured out the right way to put this thing on here. I just keep doing it until it does what I need it to do, which is not the most efficient because I'm sure there is a certain way. Do you guys have a KitchenAid? There's another mixer that I heard about that's called a Bosch, B-O-S-C-H, that I hear is really good. It's supposed to be better than a KitchenAid. I'm like, how do you get better than a KitchenAid? Y'all, let me know. Let me know. What do y'all, what is like one of the, I'm not gonna say crazy, but one of the most unique things that you had to cook? Like maybe it's something that you don't eat, but you had to cook it for like maybe a family member, or it's weird cooking something that you don't eat yourself. But what's something that you guys have had to cook and learn? I have a friend that has, all 4 of her children have really severe allergies. So she's had to learn how to cook vegan and make everything homemade from scratch. So do any of you have to do that? My little bowl. Let me know. This is not my favorite in terms of doing lemon zest. I mean, it's not time consuming. It's just tedious. And I feel like I can't ever really get it the right way. Now, if there's some like fancy zester that y'all know about, microplane that you know about, that's easier than this, let me know. This is the only one I've ever used. Sorry about banging that, but that's the best way I know how to do it. And this is another tip. Did y'all know that if your lemons are about to go bad, you can pop them in the freezer, and then that way you can use them for lemon zest, even if you can't use the lemon? I got that tip from somebody on Instagram, I think. I tried it. It works. Okay. I'm about done with that. Oh, I got some more on this one I can get. I always add extra lemon oil. Actually, the actual lemon oil in here to give it more of a lemon taste. So this is more of a pound cake that has a little bit subtle lemon taste, but to me the lemon glaze is what gives it its lemon flavor. So let's put this down, let's lock it, and we're gonna do this until it becomes fluffy. So I always start off low and then we'll turn it up. Okay, so you can kind of see, well, let me do the other step first and then I'll show you. Okay, so then in a bowl, which we have our bowl here, we did get that. We are going to mix together some coconut oil and lemon juice. So let me go grab the coconut oil. Y'all, I'm talking all big like I had everything. I have it, it's just on another. Okay, so we're using some liquid coconut oil. And we need 6 tablespoons of coconut oil. I don't know what that is in cups, and I don't have time to figure it out, so we're just going to do it like this. Okay, that's 6. That's probably like 1/4 of a cup. Yeah, looks like it's about 1/4 of a cup. Eyeballing central. And then for lemon juice, we need 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'm gonna do 4 just because I don't think I got all the zest that I need to get. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we beat together, we whisked together the lemon juice and the coconut oil. That's kind of what it looks like. And so now to our butter and sugar mixture, we're gonna add the sour cream. It's vegan sour cream. So this is what's going to help take the place of eggs, right? It's going to give it a binding quality as well as like, I hate to say creaminess, but moisture. So this is a vegan sour cream called the Tofutti brand. They actually just changed their packaging. That's not what it used to look like. So this is all brand new colors and all, but it's a vegan sour cream. And we need 3 cups of that. So we're gonna put this in here as well as we're gonna add this in and then we'll scrape it down as it's going. So let's do that. Let's get it. Okay. So that's that. Trying to get my little mess out of the way. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just going back over the recipe because I'm doing some stuff not out of order, but out of order. So I'm just making sure I don't miss anything. So we mixed together the butter, the sugar, and the lemon zest. We did that. We've added the sour cream. And then now we're going to alternate the wet and the dry. So the wet is the lemon juice and the coconut oil. And then the dry is the flour, baking powder, and salt. Now, you're supposed to mix the flour, the baking powder, and salt together in another bowl. I don't do that just because I don't want to get another bowl dirty. That's the only reason. So I just go ahead and I put the salt and the baking powder in here, and then I mix in the flour and alternate the flour and the wet mixture. That's how I do it, just because it doesn't make sense to me to dirty up another bowl. So for salt, we need 1.5 teaspoons of salt, which is 1/2 tablespoon. So we're gonna do that. Salt is always one of those things that I feel like I forget. I don't forget it a lot, But when I have, it's like detrimental. So I'm always like super conscious, like, let me do the salt first. Let me do the salt first. Because I'm always afraid I'm going to forget it. So we have the salt in there. Next, we're going to do baking powder. See, y'all, I did have a lot of this stuff out. And so for baking powder, we need 3 tablespoons. So this is, let me get another measuring spoon. Okay, I usually try to time my my measuring spoons, like put the dry stuff in before I put the wet stuff in. So again, I don't have to dirty up another spoon. Because, listen, nobody wants to be doing all that. Okay, so 3 tablespoons of this. So that's 2. And that's 3. Okay. So now all that's left is for us to do the wet and the dry and mix it in and alternate. So for the dry, it's 6 cups of flour. So I'm going to fill my little thing here with flour. Y'all, I just got this. You know I'm always showing you new stuff. This is a 2-cup measuring cup. It's 2 cups. It's stainless steel. Love it. So I need 6 cups of flour. So I'm going to do 2 first. Then I'll put 4 in my thing, in my measuring cup. So we're going to get 2. And then we are going to alternate. So we're going to turn this on. Let's see. So we're going to add in our 2 cups of flour. This is the only thing about KitchenAid. It's like sometimes it's hard to get in here, especially with my little big old measuring spoon. Here, let's do that because it's harder for me to get in there. Okay. Then we're going to put 1/3 of this in here. Okay, very good. Then we're going to do 2 more cups. That'll be 4 cups. I've never done this much in my KitchenAid mixer, so I'm hoping it takes 6 cups. Okay, then we add another 1/3 of our mixture. Okay, very good. And then this is the last 2 cups. And this is just all-purpose flour. Now, this is something that I'm going to do that the recipe doesn't call for, but I've done it and it works great. So that's the last of my mixture. I actually put some milk in here to help it. So this is the milk that I like to use for like all-purpose things. It's rippled, unsweetened, original. It's thick like milk. To me, the mixture is just so thick that, I don't know. I don't know. It makes sense to me to do it this way. Okay, that's all of it right there. Let me see if you can see that. You can kind of see the consistency of it. I'm going to add a little bit more milk. And then, y'all, we're done. You don't want to overmix. So that's it. If I had to guess, I probably added 1/4 cup of milk. If I had to guess. Definitely no more than 1/2 cup. Okay. Where's my little spatula? Okay, it all fit. So you can kind of see the texture. There. Looks just like regular cake mix. Right? So I know y'all thinking, Barbara, is this gonna rise? It's gonna rise. It is going to rise. Okay, y'all, so you saw me putting the cake batter in the pan. I put it in the oven. I baked it. I put it on there for an hour, but when I checked it, it was still not done on the inside, so I put it on there for an additional 25 minutes, and it was done. So let me show you what it looks like. It's so pretty. Do y'all see? And you can see it's all the way at the top of the pan, which is what I wanted. When I made this a couple of weeks ago, I did double the recipe in my old cheap pan. I don't know why I pulled that thing out. But anyway, the cake was good, but it was shorter than I wanted it to be. So I wanted it to be like big and thick, you know, like a pound cake, like tall. And so I think I've achieved that. So it's been out of the oven now for about 20 minutes or so. I'm gonna put it all onto a cooling rack and let it cool further. We're gonna make our icing, and then we're gonna do, or the glaze, it's like a lemon glaze that we're gonna pour all over the cake. One of the things that I messed up on early on in my baking days was I would put the icing on when the cake was hot, and never understood why it wouldn't harden and why you couldn't see the icing. It would kind of like just dissolve into the cake. And I don't know where I got that from. I thought you put icing on hot cake. No, you put icing on cool cake. Cake that is cooled off and not hot. That's how you get the glaze that sticks. Y'all probably already knew that, but in case there's somebody watching who's like me that didn't know that, okay? So I'm gonna make the icing and then we're done. Look at my cake again. Look at that, so pretty. Okay, so now it's time to make our lemon glaze. Very, very simple. It is 3 cups of powdered sugar and then 3 to 6 tablespoons of lemon juice. So remember the lemons that we zested? We're gonna use this for the lemon juice. So that way it'll be fresh lemon juice, and we can use up the lemons that I zested. That's a good way to do it. My old knives, y'all, I put over here on this side of the kitchen. Hold on, can you see that? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Sorry. Yeah, right there are my knives. It's so funny because now that I have my new fancy knives, it's so different cutting with these. But I didn't want to throw these away, so I just put them on the other side of the kitchen. So I have my juicer. This is the best way to do lemons, right? So we're gonna just eyeball it, because that's what I do. Get all that out. And the beautiful thing about that is that you don't have to worry about the seeds, right? So perfect. Whoever invented this, they knew what they were doing. And my husband and my mother-in-law really, really, really like lemon flavor, so I do a little extra. So that's probably 2 tablespoons. So let's do another lemon. I am ready to be out of the kitchen. Although I have enjoyed it, now I'm getting tired. You know how it is at the very end. Oh, I did get 1 seed. Sometimes that happens, but it's better than not using it. So, that's probably 4. Let's just keep going. Let's just do this last lemon, because why not? And that's perfect. I zested 3. Then I can use 3 for juice. And there's no waste. Which is fantastic. Okay. So, that's done. I did get a couple of seeds in here. Just because I think the was kind of small. So we'll take the seeds out. Okay, then we're going to add our powdered sugar. So, and I may not end up using all the glaze, but we'll have it if we need it. Uh-oh. So, that's 2.5 cups. It said 3 cups. Let's see. It's because my cake is so big and all. Since my cake is so big and all, right? And again, I guess you can use more or less powdered sugar depending on how thick you want your glaze to be. But that's it, y'all. The lemon glaze, just powdered sugar and lemon juice. Obviously, if you don't have fresh lemons, you can use lemon juice. Just whatever you do, don't use that lemon juice in the green bottle. That real lemon stuff. I used to use that until I got hooked on this other stuff. Let me show you. And I've showed this before. But this right here, the Santa Cruz brand, I get it from Azure Standard, but they have it in grocery stores too. It's pure lemon juice, not from concentrate, and it's just lemon juice. That real lemon in the green bottle, I didn't know that, but it has tons and tons, not tons, I'm exaggerating. It has other stuff in it besides the lemon. So, just take a whisk and whisk it right on up. It's hard to, let's just do that, yeah. So you can see, it's kind of clear. I mean, it's clear so you can't see it a whole bunch. But it's a good consistency. So I think we'll be good to go. Let me show you my cake one more time since I put it on the cooling rack so you can see the other side. So let me grab it. Do y'all see that? Look how pretty it is. You see how tall it is? Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We did it. We did it. I have a new way I'm shooting my videos. Instead of me using my phone, I actually bought me a camera. So if you see me like adjusting this, looking all funky and weird, I'm trying to get used to the camera. And I realized I think I've been looking at the wrong spot. Forgive me. Trying to get used to this new thing. But does my picture look more clear? Which I thought it looked pretty clear on my phone, but I think this camera is really, it's giving very clarity. But y'all, I think my cake looks pretty. Now it's just all about, does it taste good? And because it's so big, it's hard for me to get a piece of it, but I don't serve anything, and I mean anything that I have done, especially new. Well, this is not new, but new and me tripling. And I just want to make sure I don't serve anything that I don't taste myself. Like, you're not going to surprise me. I'm going to know if it needs more salt. I'm going to know if it don't taste good. Now, sometimes I don't think it tastes good and other people do, but I'm going to know. I'm not going to be surprised. So some kind of way I'm going to have to get me a piece of this cake before I serve it and just make sure that it's on the up and up. But the look, we have the look. We have the look. So I don't think it's cool enough. No. It's not cool enough yet for me to do the glaze, but I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. Thank you so much for joining me today in the kitchen as we talked and as we made a plant-based vegan lemon pound cake that rose, that looks good, and I'm pretty sure it tastes good too. And we're gonna top it off with a lemon glaze, and I'll have to let you know how it goes over. But thank you for joining me. If you like what you're seeing and you have not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. I try to reply to all comments because I appreciate you guys so much. I hope you're having a wonderful day whenever you see this. And remember, gardening is a journey. This is all part of gardening, homesteading, cooking from scratch in the kitchen. Let's grow together. I'll see you next time, friend.